If someone is taking you for granted, you have to understand you are not a material, you are not a commodity. You are a living human being. You are created with respect, love, compassion, feelings and emotion. And if so, no one has any right to take you for granted because you have your own self-respect. And if so, you need to understand that you need to safeguard it. And if you don't safeguard it, probably no one else in this whole world will do that. In a relationship, there is something called adjustments. Am I trying to say adjustments are not good? Of course not. It is good. It is something that helps us to understand more about the relationship, more about the person. We try to change ourselves for the betterment. The relationship turns out to be beautiful and everything is good. Basically, in a relationship, adjustments are necessary. But actually these conditions or these adjustments can make yourself fall into a worse condition. Now when I say relationship, don't misunderstand me by only thinking about a relationship that exists between a couple. The relationship that exists between any two person or one person and a group is called a relationship. This can be between a boss and an employee. This can be between two friends. It can be any relationship. Adjusting to the relationship is good, but what is not good is the situation when we start understanding that you are the only person who is into this condition. You have been taken granted. You are the only person who is going through this situation, and the other person, the second person who is in the relationship, is having no understanding about this problem you are actually going through. So basically, you are adjusting to the worst and the extreme situation. Placing the second person's need above your needs are not appropriate always. Certain times it can be, but most of the times it is not. So basically, we have this knowledge that things are going really worse because I am adjusting to the extreme. At the same time, I am also going through this understanding that my needs are not met, and on the contrary, I have to take care of the needs of the other person who is in this whole scenario. Something that is not right. This starts making us feel that this is a thankless job. Oh, is it? Yeah, it is. This is what we usually feel. Certain times we start feeling that it would have been better that this relationship didn't exist. It would have been better that I was just out of this company or the workplace I was into. Because you start feeling that your needs are not met, you have to take care of the need of the other person, and also at the same time, it's a thankless job, no gratitude involved in work. Sad, indeed sad. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the red flag that you have to understand and has to be taken into consideration because this is the point where you will be actually understanding that you need to take an action. An action? What kind of action? Action is simple. You need to speak for yourself. Does speaking for yourself mean that you need to fight? No. It doesn't mean that you have to fight with others, but it does mean that you have to fight for yourself. Here you will be speaking, you will be telling. See, you are going through a problem, and if you are going through a problem, it is necessary that you discuss what you are going through. If there are two friends, one is feeling, the other one is taking him for granted, this person who feels so needs to speak it out that yes, I feel that I am taken for granted, and I feel that because point 1, you are doing so. The behavior that the other person is showing. Probably the other person is naturally like that. He is not knowingly doing it, unknowingly doing it. He is just behaving the way he is because he thinks he is very much comfortable with you. And probably because of this, the person may behave and act in the way he or she likes. Eventually, you may be misunderstanding the extra comfort zone the other person is actually taking. So, you need to say these things to him or her and tell, these are the things that make me feel that you are taking me for granted. Let the person understand and take responsibility for those activities, what the person is actually doing or exhibiting in front of you. And not only explaining them what they are doing is right or wrong, but also explaining them what they are supposed to do that will make you feel better. So eventually what we are trying to do over here is we are trying to make the people understand who are around us, who are misbehaving with us, what kind of behavior you hate in them, and also explaining them what kind of behavior they should exhibit so that you start getting comfortable with that person. In short, you should not allow anyone to take you for granted. If someone is doing so, tell them no. Tell them what they should do. And that is what the whole story is. They should be doing what you really want them to do.